Welcome back, everyone. Today I am down in the basement. I was pulling out some of our cold hardy seeds and crops here. We got some in the mail, some we've had, some we saved. We've got looks like bird seed, all of this lettuce we have in here. Just tons of different cold hardy items. This is our cold hardy box right here. Everything we got: kale, lettuces, spinaches, broccolis, all of our root crops, Swiss chards. So being down in our basement here, we have an ambient temperature of about 64 degrees. I had just planted all of these strawberries. You can see just tons of propagated strawberries. All of our strawberry propagations. This is basically our food forest table. We have propagated nothing but perennials, basically. This is our nice gooseberries cuttings. This is some mugwort. Tons of grapes everywhere, lots of lavender. We're gonna make a nice lavender bank. Okay, enough talking about all of these experiments and propagations down on our table. What I really wanted to do today is talk about your cold hardy crops. There's about 1 million videos listing all of the crops you can grow in the winter time, but really, when it comes down to it, it is not as easy to get it all started and transplanted and hardened off properly in the winter, especially when a lot of people start them inside if the greenhouse is too cold to sprout on. So in all these trays, we have started a bunch of different lettuces, a bunch of tatsoi, some pak choi, some black magic kale. We got turnips and white radishes. And yes, I am starting root crops inside here so I can transplant them and have good spacing on them and get a good start to their early development inside here. As soon as all of these sprout, this lid will come off and we will remove the domes altogether. We do not like to have them on there. It creates too much moisture, and when we transplant it outside and it gets direct sunlight, it needs ventilation because they will burn up. We've had these die before. There is so much to talk about down here, but I am going to head out to the greenhouse. All right, guys, if you stuck with me, I've made it outside to the greenhouse. Whew. It's a little chilly out, but we got a nice sunny day. Getting bombed with snowballs by the little one here. All right, walking into the greenhouse. First thing about growing in winter is growing under cover. Having tons of cover, being able to create cover. So we've got some cover here. We've got this makeshift shelter right here. I just pulled it off because it's plenty warm in here today. We are sitting right about 80 degrees in here. It's about 22 degrees outside right now, sitting 80 in here. We got a nice sunny day. I had to take the mylar down because the reflection was causing too much heat and burning up some of our plants. We had some sprouts out here that did not survive the super cold weather that everybody in the country has been experiencing lately. We just broke that weather cycle. So we've got all of these radishes, different kinds of radishes, Swiss chard here, all in this little container ready to be planted. Got a bunch of seeds I brought out, but I didn't come out here to talk about specific plants. I came out here to talk about how to grow your plants in the winter time. I want to take a quick measurement. Pumping about 62, 63 degree water out of our compost in the end of February here. This compost pile back here has been running for 3 months. Before our cold spell here, we had reignited it, blowing about 65 degree air out of the top of this fan system with our little solar panel. So why I'm pointing out both these systems is because these are what are allowing us to keep all these plants alive. These plants are banked up underneath our hot water coming in. And these plants here, with their makeshift shelter catching good sun, they have this hose heating up the front bank of their bed too, keeping it nice and warm in there overnight, while this water traveling through the floor and compost runs on a timer in order to achieve the longevity we need to continually heat this floor all night long when we do not have those sunny days and when it's snowing all the time. Thankfully, we have a sunny day today to recharge our system. It may only be about 22 degrees outside, but it is 80 degrees in here. We are cranking 65 degree air out of our compost heater, and we're achieving 62, 63 degree water constantly through the floor of this greenhouse through the whole entirety of winter here. This has been such a success that we wanted to share this with everyone. These systems have flawlessly worked for us. Our compost pile ran all winter. So when it comes to growing in winter, sprouting in winter, and transplanting, hardening off, everything above, this entire greenhouse would be absolutely frozen. All of this dirt would be frozen solid. Everything would be dead in here without these systems. So the little bit of monetary investment and the energy in work that we put into building our compost pile and running all of our line and just basically setting the systems up has completely been worth it, and it has proven itself time after time. These systems have helped us fight off all of those cold temperatures that everybody is seeing across the country right now. We just had negative 40-degree wind shields last week. We like to fill this up with a couple snowballs to melt all that snow down as free water as we lose all this to evaporation to the ceiling here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are having fun with these cold weather experiments. We have achieved success this winter with these systems that we set up this fall. And boy, we are glad we did, because they saved our butts and it has taught us a lot.